Hi, this is part 3 to my journey with birth loss due to factor 5. I had already covered the first 2 parts, including the birth experience and the funeral, in part 1 and part 2. This one, it really is just about the aftermath and the journey that I had after that. After all of that happened, I found myself really drawn to God. I found a lot of comfort in my faith, which is ironic because during my whole pregnancy, looking back, I kind of feel like I totally forgot about asking God to bless any of that. Like, I feel like I forgot to pray over my child, over my pregnancy, over my birth. I felt like, wow, I kind of forgot to ask for His hand in any of it to begin with. But despite that, I felt like I started to realize that He was intertwined in all of it, despite whether I had asked Him or not. There was one moment, even in the hospital, that I realized He was definitely there. It was that first night. We were trying to get some rest, and the second night that we were trying to get rest, and my husband and I were face to face, and I know neither of us was really sleeping, but we were resting, and I was just talking to God in my head, and I felt a very gentle hand on my back, and nobody was around. My husband was in front of me. I could see where his hands were, and they weren't there. They weren't on my back. I knew that was God saying that He was in this. As hard as it was for me to believe or accept in the moment, but it was definitely something that I held on to afterwards, and I still hold on to onto that now, that He was definitely there during all of this. And I started to become more bold, more bold in my faith. I'm not going to say that I'm bold in my faith now still. I still have a long ways to go, as do most Christians, when it comes to being bold about sharing our faith. But anyway, I will say that one of the hardest parts about this whole journey was people simply not understanding how taxing this kind of a loss is. We had people that simply just did not understand us not wanting to go somewhere, or us not wanting to go to a gathering. Like, we lost him in October, and so the holidays, followed quickly after that, and I don't think people understood us not wanting to be present at things. I will say that if you have a family member or a friend who has experienced miscarriage or infant or child loss of any kind, you need to put all expectations need to be put on the wayside. All expectations of them need to just be thrown away, because they've got their head down, and they're just trying to breathe through the day. They're just trying to survive each day. Period. They're in pure survival mode. just breathing through each day until it's over. Really. And there were just some people who just didn't get it. I think there were people several months later who thought that I should be over it by now. And that was hard. That was a hard part of after the I did not expect that from anybody, but it happened. And I will say that it took till we were thinking about conceiving the next one before I got even diagnosed with factor V. And I will say that I'm thankful for the OBGYN that I had the next time, because he was the one that instigated the blood test that found that I did in fact have it. And that is why I have this one here. That's why I had this one here, is because he decided to dig a little deeper instead of just blaming my home birth. If you like this story, or if you have comments, or if you want to share your experience or your loss, or if you need need to chat with somebody who's dealt with that kind of a loss, feel free to comment in the comment section below, and us moms can chat and support each other. Loss is definitely hard, and obviously it's still a raw spot now, 3 years later. So I understand. Yeah, so have a blessed day. Bye.